Okay, hello to everyone. Hello to whoever is watching this video, be it morning, afternoon, or evening. Now, in my first video, I said I observed something with our musicians, and then I talked about breath control and then voice quality. I said first, if you have problem with your voice or if you have problem with your breath control, rather, you definitely have challenges with your tonal quality. So today I'm going to talk about four major techniques for a startup that will help us to build our breath control as musicians. But first of all, before I move ahead, I would like to challenge all music directors, all choir masters, that please, in rehearsals, before anything at all, make sure there's always an exercise for the voice before you start singing proper. That is just like a necessity. Yes, you have to do that exercise for the voice to take a good shape before you start singing in your various groups, be it contemporary band or our conventional choirs. So first of all, to develop or improve our breath control, I'd like to talk about one, our diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing. Now, when I say diaphragmatic breathing, I'm talking about a very deep breath, taking a very deep breath. It exercises the lungs and then give it way to hold enough air when you are singing, and you'll be able to sustain all your long notes and your short notes. Now, this has to do with an exercise that you do it almost on a daily basis, that you take in a deep breath and then make sure that it's not your shoulders that is coming out. This has to do with only your stomach rising out. When you take in the breath, only your stomach comes out, not your shoulders. That is the diaphragmatic breathing. So you do that exercise on a daily basis. That exercise is on a daily basis. Now, most musicians take all these things for granted. You think it's just a joke, but all these things they help. Yes, in improving our breath control. So you take in breath daily, a deep one, which your stomach rises, not your shoulders. But in most cases, when musicians are doing or exercising this breath of a thing, you notice that only their shoulders comes up, not their stomach, which is not even improving anything on your breath control. So it's an exercise that you do daily. That is the first one, diaphragmatic breathing. You take in a deep breath and your stomach comes out, not your shoulders. And then the second one, we have what we call the breathing exercise. After doing that one too as an exercise, you do breathing exercise. That one too is every day. It's a daily exercise. Now first, you start this way as a beginner. You take in breath, taking in the breath, you hold it, or you're on the process of taking it in, you take it for 4 counts. And then when you take in the breath for 4 counts, you hold it for 4 counts. And then exhaling it also for 4 counts. That's for beginners, not for people that have gone far in the music ministry. So, but that's how you start. Taking it in 4 counts, then you hold the breath 4 counts, and then bring it out 4 counts. That's another way of improving your breath control. When singing, you won't find any challenge at all in holding long notes or sustaining your note. You sing smoothly doing this daily. First, diaphragmatic breathing. Second, then the breathing exercise. Inhale it 4 counts, you hold it for 4 counts, and then you exhale for 4 counts. Okay, now the third point. Okay, before I move in to the third point, what I was saying, point 2, you inhaled for 4 beats. Exactly. You take it in 4 beats, and then you hold it 4, and then you bring it out 4 beats or 4 counts. Please do this on a daily basis. Then point 3, we have what we call staccato exercise. Now when we said staccato, it means picking your notes on a very short or sound, short and sharp sounds. When you pick notes, short and sharp. When you pick a note, very short and sharp. For example, this is what we call staccato. Now, when you have this keyboard like this, picking the note as sharp as possible, then you sound alongside. When you pick ha, 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 let it be very, very sharp. Now, continue doing this. This is just the beginning of it. Now you pick this note, later on you change. You pick. Later on you change to another note. This is staccato exercise. You pick the notes. When you pick the notes from the keyboard or piano, you pick the note as short and then let it be very sharp too. This is also on a daily basis. Now voice is something that, or breath control is something that you wouldn't say that yes you are done with it. No, you're not done yet. It's on a daily basis, all this exercise. Then the last one, which I'll take for today or for this video, is just the long tones. Long tones. Now still on any sound, you can pick any of scale. Now pick any notes on this scale, sustain that sound as long as possible. Now you pick a very good effect on the keyboard which will be able to sustain the sound, and then you imitate exactly. Sustain it first. You can start with 6 count, you move to 8, you move to 10, 15, 20, 25, gradually. It goes, for example, you go again. You keep increasing like that. Now, with this, it will open up the lungs and then it will be able to hold the air for you. Whenever you are singing, you definitely find it very easy. Your long notes, you give it a very sharp tones, and then your tones will be very clear. It will sharpen your voice the way it comes out too. Yes, this is for now in this video. Now, another segment or another, in my next video, I will continue with these particular techniques. But for now, we've just studied only 4 techniques. Continue doing it on a daily basis from number 1 to 4 for now. I'll come up with another techniques which will improve all this one. After this breathing exercise, we'll move into how we'll develop our voice or tonal quality. I remain Mr. Dasley, aka Kimbangu. See you in the next video.